Now it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your life. Now go out there and take it.
Who are we?
Tigers.
What?
Tigers.
All right, let's break someone's clavicle on 3. 1, 2, 3. Break someone's clavicle!
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily and Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
Right now on a podcast platform near you, The Wingmen.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Join us live every week this football season as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens Jets sports. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
On your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app, on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus, and online at jcwingmen.net.
Hey, this is Charles Morrison, varsity baseball coach with Lindsay Lane Christian Academy, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, your number one source for all of Limestone County sports. This is going to be a limited edition, very special episode of Applebee's Tailgate Talk. It's more like a Tomerlin family reunion. We're going to get into it a little bit more during the show. I will say moving forward, my two guests that are in studio with me today, my co-host, any opinions they have are theirs of their own and absolutely their own. They do not reflect Applebee's Tailgate Talk views or Tim or my own. So
okay.
With that said, don't know where it went wrong in my family tree. Obviously something happened, but and I did probably play a part, but my sister, Leanne, should be smarter Carter, is here, and Gavin the Goof Greenhall, who are both huge Georgia fans, along with my other nephew Baylor, who fortunately could not be here with us, so that should be one more Georgia fan up in here. And to say just a little bit about it, I mean, Leanne was a middle child, Tim, and so I brutalized her. I did.
Okay.
And then when Gavin was a baby, I would babysit. And
he was born in Georgia.
Well, I know, but that's no excuse. I mean, I was
born in South Carolina.
If y'all had been in the military family, I mean, if you'd have been born in Iran, would you be rooting for the Iranians right now? I mean, is that what we'd be doing here?
If they were playing Auburn.
All right. But with that said, Gavin,
or Tennessee.
I'd babysit Gavin and try to get him in a three-point stance. It took Uncle Todd a while to figure out a 6-month-old can't do a three-point stance. So after falling on his head numerous times, I guess that's kind of what led to him being a Bulldog fan. I don't know. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining us. We're going to have a great time. get a woman's perspective of sports. Lynn's very knowledgeable, and the only thing we're missing is my mom, Grandy.
She should want to
who could probably wipe us all three under the table with sports
honestly.
stuff. She knows what she's talking about when she talks about sports. So, with that said, we've got a great lineup today. We've got AP Steadham, our ACC guru, Will Johnson, East Limestone head coach, Matt Smith, Tanner, head football coach, Joe Schrenk, Elkmont, Jonathan Snider of Ardmore, Shelby Davis of West, and Pugh of Clements. Some were successful last night, some not so much. Look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram, X or Tailgate Talk at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls as well as find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, and iHeart, and other popular platforms. You can also hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. And you can call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT, 856-812-1848. Y'all call or text and talk to these Georgia fans this morning and tell them how you feel about their dogs. You can also call in, or our calling guests come by the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And the special guest segment is sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing. So with that said, we had a bunch of games last night, so I'm going to turn it over to Tim for
Scores and more.
All righty. We, like you said, some of our teams were successful, some of them not so much. Athens had a big win over Jasper, 50-20. I was kind of surprised at that margin there. Russellville defeated Ardmore 38-7. Priceville over East Limestone 36-20. Elkmont won their homecoming game against Clements 16-0. That was scoreless until at least halftime.
Yeah, it was 0-0 at half.
James Clements had some trouble out of Grissom. It was 38-18. The final score, though, the Jets came out on top. Grissom kind of punched him in the mouth a couple of times there early and got a 12-0 lead. Tanner over Belgreen got their first win, 47-13, and Central of Florence beat West Limestone on their homecoming night, 28-7.
Didn't know it was their homecoming.
Yeah, yep. And I'm thinking, really, Central? You're going to pick them? But sometimes you don't have a choice.
Central obviously didn't appreciate it.
No,
obviously not.
So coming up in coming weeks, we'll be live at the Ardmore Car Show. So that's an upcoming more there. But that's Scores and More brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
All right. What a great night of football. Great week to come. Man, the season's almost halfway over.
I know,
Y'all.
it's hard to believe.
Crazy.
It's flying by.
Gab, you went to the Athens game.
Yeah.
How'd you feel like they looked?
I feel like they dominated from word go. Jasper's really young, but they got some here. Give Coach Reeves about 2 years, and they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But Athens just dominated. They were just too big and fast for them. Just really, first possession took it down, scored. Next possession got a turnover. Took it down, scored.
Oh, wow.
I
So
mean,
it was right out of the gate.
Yeah, it was dominant out the gate and just really poured it on the whole game.
Good deal.
Jasper's quarterback, Smothers.
Oh, yeah, Smothers is a ninth grader for Jasper.
Oh, wow. And starting?
Yeah, they would rotate.
Oh, rotate, okay.
But he needs to be the guy.
Okay.
And I think
one to watch for then, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
I know me and Gavin were talking the other night, Tim, about South Alabama game Thursday night.
Yeah.
Gio Lopez, who's James Clements graduate, and their South Alabama starting quarterback, had a really great game, man.
And Rob.
Yeah, Rob Ezel is their offensive coordinator now. First year, right?
Yeah. He was the tight ends coach last year.
And, man, Rob had a great game plan. They smacked Appalachian State right in the mouth on their field.
On their turf, yeah. They've been lighting up the scoreboard.
And congratulations to Coach Ezel and the opportunity. You know, he's obviously taking advantage of that opportunity.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Well, LaRon White's son is an assistant for App State.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either till I talked to Matt Smith earlier this week. And
wow.
I thought he said Karan White, and I was like, well, I didn't think he was that old.
Oh, well,
you know?
I know, but time flies.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Leanne, what do you got going on in the sports world?
In the sports world,
Any world.
Well, any world. I retired yesterday. If you want to get into the real world, so it's official. I retired. I came out of retirement. It was great, but now I'm back. So now I can do fun stuff like this.
So you remember why you retired?
No. Last year. Well, we had a situation where it wasn't going to be the same. I wasn't teaching kindergarten this year.
Oh, okay.
So no, I came out of retirement to be a kindergarten teacher again. And actually, somebody prayed to me out of retirement for their child. This is not a lie. And so yesterday when I retired, I said, please don't pray me back. Because now I'm going to go do fun stuff like talk show radio and,
Hang out with her cool brother.
Yeah. I just need him to wear better clothes.
Yeah, no.
Look, I was going to be calm today and not bring it all out. I was going to just have football season shirt on.
Oh, no, it doesn't work that way around here.
Well, I knew.
And you know me.
I knew you. I mean, well, if you've got it tattooed on your body, it's a problem. So.
Right.
Anyway,
I'm just waiting to get that big one on my chest. I haven't saved up
yeah.
money.
Well, you got to win the big one to get the big one.
That's
so.
right. Oh, well, I hear you.
Right.
Yeah,
now, what was that what's his name, coach? Basketball coach for Auburn said about your tattoo?
Sonny's. It was Pat Dye. Yeah.
Oh,
no, it was Pat Dye.
I thought it was Pat Dye. I thought it was.
No, it was Pat Dye. I was coming back from an autism conference from Birmingham or Montgomery or somewhere, and I saw he was in Coleman selling those Japanese maples he was selling years ago. And they had big signs up, and I thought, man, I'm going to go get his picture, get him to sign something, whatever. And he was coming out of I just parked there in downtown, and he was coming out of a building with his assistant. And whatever they were talking about, Coach Dye wasn't having it. He was not in a good mood. And yeah, I can't even say what he said. He was not in a good mood. And anyway, I stopped her and I said, Coach Dye didn't seem like he's in a very good mood, but could I possibly get him to sign some stuff? He's like, yeah, give him about 5 or 10 minutes before you come down there. And I did. And anyway, some of the young ladies working the table saw my tattoo, and they were like, oh, you need to show Coach Dye that. I'm like, yeah, no, I think I'll pass. And he's like, what do you got on your leg, boy? And I'm like, so I showed it to him, and he said, man, I ought to cut your leg off right at the knee. And then turn around and beat you with it. And I said, well, Coach, with that said, you mind signing this and that or whatever? I said, obviously, I'm not an Auburn fan.
Well.
But
Gavin and I'll let you keep your leg.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And going back to winning the big one, if I had a tattoo for every big one
I knew it was coming. You were a little slow on that one. You were a little slow.
No, I just
slow. He was
give
slow.
it a break. I didn't want to have. I'd have them on my face, if I had to do that. So we can't just take them off.
Jelly roll.
Yeah, I look like jelly roll. That's for sure.
Oh man.
Oh, speaking of Pat Dye, I don't know if y'all remember when he was on Feinbaum in 2002 talking about how Georgia wasn't man enough to go into Tuscaloosa.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember.
And they did it.
We did it, didn't we?
We did it.
Yeah, I was at that game.
I was too.
Yeah.
So y'all were having a discussion before we went on the air about the situation next week. About your druthers.
So at least I'm going to get killed on this, but I mean, there's potentially a chance, and we all agree that we can meet 3 times.
Yep.
I mean, obviously next Saturday, SEC championship game and potentially the playoff game. Yeah. Hopefully the finals.
Right.
That'd be even better, right?
Better.
So, yeah, if I had my druthers, I'll take it, And let's just be honest, game day, whenever they come to visit, and they'll be there next week along with XCC Nation and McAfee and everybody else, they don't usually bring us very good luck in the past. So if I have to lose one, I'll take that one with the knowledge of knowing that we're going to beat y'all in the SEC championship game and the playoffs.
We're going to take them all, so we prefer to win them all, don't we?
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll contact Kentucky and see what
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Y'all won.
We won the ball game.
You won the ball game.
A win. Hey, Jay Vassar.
It's a win.
Jay Vassar told me a
Never
win's a win.
That's right. A W's a W. Absolutely. No matter how ugly or pretty.
And Gavin said it was going to be ugly all week long.
All week long. We talked about it, and it was. And, Alabama and Georgia kind of have that disease sometimes where they play down to opponents on occasion. And, but I mean.
And opponents play up.
And everybody's going to play up. Always.
Sure. Absolutely.
I mean, always play up.
Yep.
So, but we'll talk about some more of that later. We're going to take us a quick break. When we do, we'll have our SEC guru, AP Steadham, joining us. This is Todd, the talent Tomerlin, alongside Tim, producer extraordinary Lambert. Lee should be smarter, Carter, and Gavin the Goof Green. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers. First to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations. First to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events. And most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together. That's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Second 11 from the 31. Two receivers right, three left. Back to throw. He throws across the middle. Touchdown!
Join us this football season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports.
Hello, I'm Andrew Smith, head baseball coach at Ardmore High School. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about the action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd, the talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Leanne, should be smarter, Carter, and Gavin the Goof Green all. And we're joined by the ACC guru, who we always love to have on, and we just appreciate his time so much, AP Steadham. AP, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
Man, so before we move into the ACC schedule and all the games and what you're doing this weekend, I want to congratulate you again on the new podcast, The Book Report, with Tyler Booker, who's an Alabama preseason first-team All-American offensive lineman. Of course, you've already got AP and Kelly as we see it, and now you ventured off into the world of all that NIL and all. I never would have thought I'd see the day that a college player would have a podcast during the season, particularly an Alabama player. But congratulations. That's awesome.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. We're really happy. And Tyler T-Book, he's excited to have this opportunity to voice his opinions and express his personality. So we're really fortunate to be in collaboration with T-Book. He's from New Haven. He's really proud to be from New Haven, Connecticut. And so we want to bring that side of his personality to our program. And we look forward every week to discussing the games and other things that he has to build his brand.
Yeah, well, and you're certainly a man that can help do that for sure. So he's blessed to have you to launch off that kind of opportunity. So congratulations to you both. I got to watch about half of it the other night, and it was really good. Yeah, he did a great job. He really did.
He is. He did. He flows. I just get out of the way, man. Pose the question, and he has fun.
Nothing wrong with that. So today you're at the UCLA LSU game, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just approaching the stadium. I'm about 2 miles from Tiger Stadium. It's a beautiful day here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And it's interesting. I tell people I was trying to look up the history of this game because I can't find but one other team that played USC and UCLA non-conference same
wow,
season.
yeah.
Notre Dame, I know, but outside of that, I haven't been able to find anybody else. So maybe this is only the second time it's happened.
That's interesting.
Well, hey, AP, this is Gavin. LSU and UCLA have only played twice, or this will be the second time, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, they UCLA beat them out there. They had the running back had a big day. That running back, I like that running back. He transferred from Michigan.
Yeah, that was the
played
big.
for Seattle now.
That was the day Edo told that UCLA fan, "Come down here with your sissy blue shirt on."
No, like purple's a manly color.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Hey man, you're talking to a dude who wears a pink jacket, bro.
Gotta love those pastels, AP. Gotta love the ladies love them.
Real men wear pink.
Well, that's right.
Hey,
they wear red too.
That's right. It's been magic for me. Go ahead.
No, AP. I was just going to say this is Leanne Carter. I'm Todd's sister.
Yeah.
And,
AP knows who you are.
Okay, so apparently, okay, that's good to know. No, I found out you were going to be on the show, and so I was looking into you a little bit and trying to learn a little bit about you last night, and I was listening to your just a little clip of your show with Kelly, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about. She had mentioned that about the SEC becoming diluted with all the transfers and how it's hard to wrap your arms around a team now. And I just want to know what your thoughts were about that. Todd and I were talking this morning about, all these little kids who love their player. And then, something happens and they transfer. And so they got that jersey. There's kids running around with, names on the back of their shirts. They don't even know who they are anymore. Times have changed.
Yeah, it's professional athletics at the collegiate level. When that happened years ago in the NFL and baseball and basketball, it's a different world. I mean, you're watching one player your whole life. Maybe you started to, watch that sport, and then next thing you know, they have these opportunities because of free agency. Well, now you have the transfer portal. It's the same thing. Exactly. 1 minute you're loving on some wide receiver that's there for a year. Next minute he's playing on the rival team.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's
so
hard.
You have to, what you end up doing is you end up loving the team more, I think. Probably that's how that all morphs. You instead of loving one player, you're loving on the team. Oh yeah, you have your favorites, I guess, but you're not as enamored with one player as you were in the past because the next month they could be playing for somebody else. Well,
exactly.
next year.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, so we got a lot of SEC games this week. Obviously, I guess probably the biggest one's Tennessee at Oklahoma. Tennessee's about a 7-point favorite there at Oklahoma. What are your thoughts on that game and some of the other ones that you might have your eye on?
Tennessee. I mean, I always tell everybody when Josh Heupel has his quarterback, Nico Iamaleava.
Good job,
good for you, brother.
Good job.
Watch out. Watch out because it becomes very difficult to guard all those people because that quarterback has so many good options to throw the ball to the receivers and running back. And then they have a good running backs. Dylan Simpson or Sampson? I always get that confused. But he's worth 100 yards every game. And matter of fact, they're number 2 total defense, number 2 total offense. Right, competition's not been good, but I can tell you that offense is going to be tough. Defensively, they have the edge rusher, James Pierce, and then pretty good play on the other side, and good combination. And the defensive backs, I think this year are more athletic and faster, and they have pretty good linebackers. So through the years, that was his Achilles. Get better on the defensive side so he can play complementary football.
Yep.
And I think they have. And Oklahoma, from what I gather, at this moment, they may not have the people on the offensive and defensive line to be SEC ready. Although Jackson Arnold's a good playmaker, this is their first SEC game. It happens to be against your national championship quarterback, Josh Heupel, who was fired as the OC. He revitalized his career. And so it's going to be a terrific game. But I still think Tennessee can win.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they're going. I think Gavin does too. We think they're going to put it on them pretty good. I mean, game's still got to be played. Obviously,
I think Heupel's got a little bad blood that he wants to get
release.
Yeah.
Well, they need
Flush it out.
They need their welcome to the SEC.
They do.
Yeah,
Everybody
they do.
needs a good welcome to the SEC.
Yep, they sure do.
And their offense flounders at times, right? Oklahoma.
They have, yeah. They've sputtered.
Yep, it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of interested in the Arkansas-Auburn game.
That's where I was about to go.
I find that really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I like that running back for Arkansas.
Yes.
Quinton Jackson. You know, he played quarterback in high school ball in Texas. Was at Texas for about 5 minutes, I guess. In Utah, 6'2", 230. He's had some 100-yard games. And then the quarterback transfer from Boise State, Taylon Green. He's big, tall. He had about 100 yards rushing last week. We know the passing is not – he's not as an adept passer at the moment, but with Bobby Petrino's offense, very dangerous. I think, what are they, 5th or 6th in the country, something like that. And Auburn coming in with Hank, their quarterback, they made the transfer to Mayan Hank there from Nashville. And we'll see how he performs against an SEC opponent. But he had a good week last week, 235 yards, 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, so that's good for him. And but Auburn's playing at home. We know they're very good at home most of the time, but we'll see what this high-powered offense. Arkansas's defense, we know that's an area they were trying to get better because they're so bad the last couple of years. And also, they have such big receivers on that team, really humongous receivers, 6'4", 6'7", big receivers for the Arkansas. Tough to guard.
AP, I heard a stat yesterday that kind of blew my mind. Arkansas so far on the ground has 15 rushing touchdowns this year. As a total last year, they had 9 rushing touchdowns.
Wow. Season?
For the season.
Wow.
That's an awesome stat. The revamped offensive line, forgot to mention that. Glad you brought it up, pointed that out. Yeah, better offensive line. That's
much
Sam
better.
Pittman. That's his baby. That's his baby, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Arkansas's, I mean, they've been in, they've actually lost some that they should have won. So
yeah, they blew that Oklahoma State game.
Yeah,
completely
absolutely blew it.
Oh, yes, they did.
So their backs are a little bit against the wall.
Yeah, they need to win. And Auburn, since they lost to California, though, they're looking for that 6, 7, 8 wins that really put them behind right now, because I think they were probably counting on that win.
Agreed.
Yep. Talking about stats, I saw this isn't SEC related, but I saw Nebraska got beat last night, and 25th time in a row that they have not been able to beat a ranked opponent
at home.
Nebraska anywhere.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. That's
amazing. I think Vanderbilt was sitting like around 16 or 17, and then there was one other school that was right there, but they were by far the.
Well, speaking of Vanderbilt, I see they're not looking so good today. 20.5 underdog there.
That's right. Missouri's really good.
They are.
Yeah, Missouri's got a good team. We discussed Missouri. That's kind of funny you mentioned them. Luther, we call him Luther because Kelly's from Detroit. She won't let me say Luther. So I got to say Luther. Luther Burden III, very good wide receiver, one of the best in the country. Turn, and then the Cook is a good quarterback. Eli's built a nice program there, and we saw them beat up on Tennessee last year. I don't think that happens again. But Missouri's got a nice team looking to make that playoff, and I don't think they're going to stumble against Vanderbilt. Here's an interesting thing. Diego Pavia, who's the quarterback for Vanderbilt, he played against Missouri in 2022 as the New Mexico State quarterback.
Oh, wow.
I think he was 6-16 for maybe 95 yards, 1 interception. They lost, I think it was 45-19. But so he's familiar with that team. So, he brings a lot of enthusiasm to the program. This year, much better offense. You know how they struggled the last couple of years. Yeah. They're still trailing defensively, but just, he'll probably play a better game than he did a couple of years ago when he was in New Mexico State.
Oh, yeah. Surrounded by much better players
I'd
now.
say so.
Well, this is kind of a left turn. You mentioned unranked teams a while ago, and I keep hearing this stat thrown out on these games. This team has won so many games against unranked opponents, and I'm like,
Shouldn't they?
So what?
Yeah.
You know, why is that an important
Congratulations.
stat?
Yeah.
You know?
I would say the only thing I'd bring up about that point is I've seen teams with talent and they stumble against an unranked team. Like Alabama with Nick Saban, just bringing him up. I mean, he's a classic example. They rarely lost to an unranked team. I don't know what it was, but, UL Monroe, of course, the first season. But that's a sign of consistency. Frank Broyles interviewed the legendary Arkansas coach one time. I said, Coach, why is Coach Bryant different than everyone else? He said, well, he gets his team to play harder every Saturday. That's a very difficult thing for a head coach. So I would say that's a mark of consistency, and that should be praised. But I get your point, though. You're supposed to win that game. But believe it or not, how many people have that streak?
Yeah. Well, they single out unranked teams, and I'm like, okay, big deal.
Right.
So, but that's kind of like some of these other stats they throw out, so-and-so is, undefeated on a Tuesday or whatever. So.
Yeah, right. It's spurious correlation, and I learned that at the University of Alabama statistics class. I had to have someone point that out to me. It's like we had a problem one time, and the professor said, every time I order chocolate ice cream, my engine fails. Well, what happened? There was a problem with the engine, leaving it too long. If they had to go in the back room to get a certain type of ice cream, and he came back and wouldn't run. You order a different type of ice cream, it was fine, but it has no relationship to his engine.
Oh, jeez.
The type of ice cream, right?
Oh, man.
And some people just love stats.
That's right.
Yes, right.
Yep.
That's correct. Mark Twain, what did he say? There's about stats, I don't know what the exact terminology is, but something about, stats. You can tell me all these stats, but they really don't make a lot of sense. You can bring up anything to make it in your favor.
Yep. Well, AP, buddy, enjoy the UCLA LSU game. Be safe traveling. I know tomorrow you'll be at the Eagles Saints game, so enjoy that as well. Tell us real quick about Kelly, AP and Kelly as we see it, and who you got coming up on the book report.
Yes. Yeah, AP and Kelly, as we see it, we're probably going to discuss that Georgia game, of course, and with T-Book, the book report, we're going to discuss that Georgia game as well. We'll get some guests related to those games. We're looking forward to that big matchup, Alabama and Georgia, the two heavyweights for the last decade or so in the SEC.
Awesome. Well, all right, buddy. Well, safe travels, man, and we will talk to you again next week.
Okay, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks so much. That was AP Steadham, our SEC guru. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by East Limestone head coach Will Johnson. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65.
Takes the snap. He's going to fake the pitch. He's at the 20, the 10. He's going to get a cover. Touchdown, James Clements!
Be listening for James Clements High School football this season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at PASnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, or on your PAS Plus app, and later on demand. You can also hear the replays at Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clements Jets football this season from Play Action Sports.
Hi, this is Jason Medovich, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to WKAC, the Big 1080 and Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd the Talent Tomberlin alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. Leanne, not so smart.
You can't even say it right anymore. It's okay.
Sophia, I know it because you suck.
It's all right.
And
you're not supposed to say that out loud on the radio.
He'll edit it.
We're not at home.
And we're joined by East Limestone head football coach.
You won't.
Will Johnson. Will, how you doing?
Brother, I'm doing good as you can.
I know. Bless your heart. It's just been a rough start, man.
No, I'm doing good, man.
I know last night was a tough game. Priceville ended up being 20-36. Priceville have been struggling some. Obviously, we talked off air a little bit about it. You said they changed up pretty much what they've been doing offensively, so that, when you prepare for one thing and then you see another, that it takes a little while to acclimate to that, I'm sure. But
no doubt.
Just talk about the game.
Well, it started pretty good. They elected to receive the ball, and they went down and scored on their first drive, and our kids responded. We went right down the field and scored back, and it was back and forth, tie ball game all the way up until I think got to 20-22. They went for two, and so it was 20-22, and they kind of blew it open a little bit on us. Got up 36-20, and we had plenty of opportunities to get back in the game. I think we had 3 drives down the red zone. I think we were 3 of 4 in the red zone scoring. We threw 1 pick on first down. Jake's just trying to make a play. He rolls out, and the kid's coming back across the field, and he throws it across his body in the middle of the field, which you never want to do.
No, you don't do that.
And the safety came screaming down and picked it off. And so that's points right there we probably should have had. And then, again, we probably had 3 more drives we could have scored later in the game to get back in it. We just, just ran out of time. We couldn't run the ball extremely well. I think we went up like 100 yards on the ground. They
said 335 in the air?
Yeah, 335 in the air.
That's freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
We spun it around pretty good. I think we had 6 receivers with over 60 yards receiving. Larry, one of our receivers, man, he's a big possession receiver guy, had 100 yards receiving. And so he had a great game. Jake had a great game. He threw a pick late with no time left on the clock. So, I'm only going to credit him with one, really.
Yeah.
And so he played a really clean game, best game of the year so far from him. A lot to build off of, from the game. It just stinks to lose one like that, because I really feel like we had a good shot to win it. We got to get back in the lab. We got to work on tackling a little bit. They were in a heavy set most of the night. Like a full house backfield. And so it's completely different from what they've been. They've been spread it out, throw it a lot, and their quarterback's been struggling a little bit too. And so they changed up what they were doing. We prepared for a little bit different stuff. But at the end of the day, we got to be able to go out and make adjustments and stop them, and we just wasn't able to do that.
Well, obviously 22-20. You're in it to that point. So you're talking about making tackles. Is it just from wrapping up and not bringing them down, or?
Yeah, a little bit, and we're still being misaligned. Our kids are not, we're
in the right position.
Yeah, we're just getting misaligned. We're not lining up where we're supposed to be, and so when that happens, man, and they they get a hole. If your safety's not where he's supposed to be to come down the run fit, it's going to be a 15-yard gain where it should have been a 3 or 4 yard gain. And so we just got to continue to work on that. And I think that's everybody in the nation. I don't care who it is in high school football. Kids are going to miss a line. We work it all the time. We do a formation recognition and alignment deal in practice all the time. And so we're working it. We just got to get them seeing it on the field, when you get in the heat of the battle, those guys, they just want to make plays. And so
that's what I'm saying. Adrenaline's rolling, and 100%. You got all these, you're thinking.
Well, I'm just curious what Monday mornings look like for you. Like, not you personally, but as the team as a whole. Like, how's their mentality? Because I know it's hard going. You work hard all week, and then Friday night happens, and here we go again.
Yeah. Well, so far our kids have responded extremely well. We get together, Monday afternoon for the first time, because we can't meet on Sundays in Limestone County.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so we can't bring the kids in on Sundays, and so what we try to do is send out film clips to them and notes and stuff like that, and try to do it the best we can. But we miss out on that Sunday, team meeting deal, and so we get together, during our 7th period. We'll watch the film and kind of recap that game, and then we got to move straight on into the next one.
Right.
And so our kids have done a really good job of being, they don't have any quit in them. That's the one
good.
thing that I've seen so far with our guys. Like even in the game last night, we're fighting our tail off to the last second. And so that's something you can work with. Even with the now 0-4 start, our kids are still battling, and their morale seems good. I think they're believing in what we're teaching them and telling them. It's just, I know it's discouraging for them. It's discouraging for me too. We want to win ball games, but at the end of the day, we've got a culture to change. We're still working on that. We still got to find some leadership. But I'm proud of our guys. We fight, and it's just, golly, it's just been so tough. It's just tough, and I know it's tough on them. But we did some really good things, and I think this week we've got West Limestone homecoming. We're going to be up. We're going to play well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's homecoming.
Homecoming.
Yeah, big week.
And so we're going to play well. The kids will be excited to play. West Limestone's a dang good opponent, and I don't think East has beat them in 4 years. Yeah. So it's just one of those things where we got to go out and prepare. Shelby does a great job over there, and he's gonna have them ready to go. And man, I'm excited for the battle. It's my first East-West game that I'll be a part of, and so I'm excited for it. And I know our kids are going to be fired up. It's just we've got to continue to get better execution, and we did that. The penalty deal we've been talking about all year, we did a lot better.
That's great.
We're getting better and better at that. Turnovers, like I said, we had 2 last night, and one of them was in garbage time pretty much, and so I'm not worried about that. So we're getting better on execution. We've just got to get everything, defense, offense. Like last night we had 440 yards of offense and only came up with 20 points. Right. We got to score more.
Yeah.
When you're moving the ball like that, we can't stall out. That's the biggest deal. You can't stall out. But we were having to throw it so much. And that's not who I am at all. It killed me last night, dropping back so many times. I think we dropped back, Lord, 49 times.
Wow.
So,
wow.
That's not who I want us to be. I'm an offensive line coach. I want to run the dang ball. But they did a good job stopping us. And so had to make an adjustment and do something different. And then, obviously late in the game, we're down trying to score, so we got to throw it. So, I think we're going to continue to grow. But there's a lot of good from last night's game to take from it. I just really want to get a win for our guys, and so it was a tough one for sure.
Well, for all y'all, staff included. Lynn brings up a great point. It comes mentally draining sometimes when you are putting in all that effort and hard work, and then you come up short on a Friday night. And so it's great to hear that the kids are hanging with y'all and listening and taking coaching. And it's great that y'all have got some good positives that you can take out and move forward. Because, if it's just pouring and everything's negative, you do get, it's like, oh, my God, there's no end in sight.
Yeah.
But it sounds like y'all got something y'all can work towards.
We do, for sure. And, man, talking about the staff, I want to say this. My guys have really, really worked their tail off this week. Especially, I noticed, all of our guys just coaching their tails off, and that's one thing that, I was only able to bring in 2 guys with me when I got hired. And, this is the staff from the previous years, and man, they've really, really worked hard. They definitely bought in and all in, and I'm so proud of them. And like you said, the amount of time we put in, it's a lot. And it's time away from their family and all that, and man, I want it for them too. And so, but they've done an extremely good job, and I don't want to leave them out because they have absolutely worked their tail off.
That's great.
How many guys have you got going both ways?
Too many.
I figured that.
Yeah, luckily we've got, I think every offensive line player is not playing defense. If they are, it's a little bit. But most of our skill guys are going both ways. Let's see. I know we've got Mark, Ritter, Titsworth, probably we're at like 6 or 7 probably.
Wow.
So
it makes it tough.
It makes it tough, but we're trying to figure out ways to get some of those guys off the field. And that was kind of last night. Brandon Titsworth plays linebacker for us, was extremely sick, man, and fought his guts out to play. And so that's why we also went to our spread stuff a little bit, because he's our wing back and our tight end wing stuff, and we're just trying to keep him off the field as much as possible. Yeah. And so we're trying to do a good job of keeping him off the field, but
at the same time, you got to have your best players on the field, 100%. Though. You just do to win the game. What about all the? I'm sure as a head coach, you're looking forward to all the homecoming festivities leading up to that.
The parade.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, all distraction week.
That's
what it
should be called.
Exactly.
Yeah,
distraction week.
Yep. And I know it's a big deal, and it's a big deal for the community.
I was going to say, big for the community.
Yeah, and
definitely.
so I'm excited to see them come out. Our first home game, Russellville, it was rained out pretty much, and so we didn't have the best crowd in the world. It's still good to be out in the rain, but I'm excited to see our first good weather home game.
Yeah,
and so
weather's
see
really
what
nice.
Limestone.
And it'll mean a lot to the boys too to see the community come out
100%.
and support them. And
yeah, absolutely.
It'll mean a lot.
They leading up to that kind of stuff, it's just and playing a county rival.
That's
basically,
big.
That makes it even. Because what Coach Davis, man, they picked y'all.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not a
100%.
personal thing,
it's
but,
not.
that's what.
But it feels
you would be doing the same thing,
Well, and we did it, for Price. Price was homecoming game. So, we did the same thing. Everybody's going to do that.
Absolutely.
It just gives it more juice.
Yeah, it does,
Yeah.
and I think East was West homecoming game last year. So, it's kind of one of those things where they probably did it on purpose, I guess, because they did it last year. I don't know. I personally wouldn't have picked them, but
I'm sure.
Everybody that we play at home is a tough opponent this year. So I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, Coach Davis is going to have them ready to go, and it's going to be a war, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, Coach, man, thanks as always for joining us. We're rooting for y'all. Obviously, me and Lynn are East graduates, and so. We're an Indian, so we're Indians
at heart.
So we obviously always root for y'all. But good luck next week. I hope y'all have a great week of practice, and maybe the distractions will be as limited as they possibly can.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
All right, man. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to WKC, the Big 1080, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Congratulations to Elkmont's Mercedes Gilliland, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's, plus a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clements sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS+. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
This is James Clements girls basketball coach Monica Maxwell, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Talent Tomlin alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Leanne should be smarter Carter, Gavin the Goof Greenhall. And we're now joined by Tanner, head football coach, and some of his awesome players coming off a great victory last night. Congratulations, guys.
Appreciate it.
Big win over Bell Green.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm glad that all y'all came in. And, one day y'all are going to grow up and be as big as your coach. You think?
I don't know.
I know.
I don't think they got enough pinto beans and cornbread for that.
I don't think y'all even eat pinto beans and cornbread anymore. I don't even think. Oh, okay, well, we got a few youngs in here still eat it. Well, I ate it, Coach, and it didn't do me. Well, it got my belly bigger. You didn't get me. For those who don't know, Coach Smith, I've always tried to get him in the wrestling ring. I was going to be the manager.
Oh, okay. I started saying you didn't want to wrestle with him.
Oh, Lord, no.
Okay, because I can already see what's going to happen there.
This is a Braun Strowman type human being. We could get in there. We could be the WWE champions right now, Coach. But no, you had to go and win soccer state championships and coach football and all those other great things. But anyway, congratulations last night. Like I said, big win, 47-13. It was at Bell Green too, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
So it's even better going on the road, and that's not a quick drive. How long does it take to get down there?
Took us about an hour and 30.
Okay, I thought it was further down than that.
Yeah.
So, and that's an area game, right? A region. Am I dreaming?
It is, but it's not. They would be in our region. They're 2A, but last year they played a JV schedule because they just got the football program established a couple years ago. And they played a couple JV games here and there. Last year they played a JV season. This year's their first year of varsity competition.
Oh, I did not realize that.
They were 2-2 going into it last night. So they've got a couple wins under their belt.
I was gonna say I knew they had a couple wins, and years ago they were 1A.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they bumped up, and if they declared as a state caliber team, then championship team, then they would be in our region.
Oh, okay.
They were listed to be in our region from the get-go.
That's crazy. Hour and a half away.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? Well, guys, let's talk about the game last night. Tell us your name, your position, and how well you played last night. Go ahead and brag about it. I would, but you may not. You might be humble.
My name's Josiah Griffin. I play tackle. I think overall we had a good game. We came out and did what we needed to do. I think overall we went out and, showed that we still got it in us, that we can do what we need to do. And I feel like everybody played really well, especially our coaches. They help us through everything. They get us through it. I think we did really good on offense and defense. Like I said, overall we went out there and did what we needed to do.
Yeah, well, it sounded like it. And we're proud of y'all because it's tough. It's hard work. Leanne brought it up earlier when we were talking to Coach Johnson about, you go out there and you practice and you sweat and you're lifting weights and having to learn this and that. And then you get it there on Friday night and sometimes it doesn't work out the way, you want it to. And y'all have had some, we'll just say it, some bad losses, but y'all obviously are all sticking together and fighting hard. Coach will never give up on y'all. I know y'all know that. And the whole staff won't. And it's just good to see that y'all aren't giving up on each other. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we opened up the season with Ardmore, 5A.
Exactly.
Ardmore, and that game we walked away with more than a loss. We lost our quarterback that game. We lost the offensive lineman that game. Right now, I've added it up. We've got 13 guys out that have been a starter at one point this season.
Wow.
We've got 7 that's out for the rest of the season. Quarterback broke his ankle. Running back chipped his kneecap. Tight end Sniffer broke his forearm. Offensive lineman broke his ankle.
Goodness.
So these are like legitimate injuries.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, they're not people that are not players that's just sitting on the sideline because they got
they don't feel good, right?
That's hurt. Well, when you line up against teams and y'all are limited in the amount of players y'all have, and you're looking across the field and they got 3 times as many players and y'all are all going both ways probably. I imagine at this point everybody's just about going both ways, right?
Yep. This guy next to me, Cam Case, he had 243 rushing yards last night.
Wow. Give me a microphone. We need to make sure everybody gets to say who they are. And stuff.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Look at that smile. I wish everybody could see that smile right now.
Tell us how you ran around them, through them, over them, under them, and talk to them about it when you were doing it. 'Cause I know you were. Right? Like, you can't catch me, man. What are you trying? Right?
All right, tell us what your name is and what's your position.
Cam Case.
You put it all the way up.
My name's Cam Case. And
your position.
Running back and corner.
Okay.
Which do you prefer?
running back.
I guess so. After 43 yards rushing.
Two
But you know what?
touchdowns.
Don't you just get a better joy though out of busting somebody coming across the middle on a slant?
Yes, sir.
Golly.
This guy starts at running back and then flips over and starts at corner.
Wow.
So,
a lot of plays.
That's all of them. This guy starts at linebacker. He starts at linebacker. He's everything. I mean, this guy right here.
Special teams and all, right?
Snapping on extra point field goal.
Wow.
Where's your offensive lineman this morning?
Looking at him.
We're looking at him.
Right here.
All right.
Hey,
I got you.
He played. He starts on O-line. He's a tackle.
Good for you.
Plays a little defensive line. Jordan back here is my only senior. He played last night. He played linebacker. He's been playing safety all year, but we kind of adjusted to what Belgreen were doing. So he came down and we went in our bear package, and he played a little bit off the edge and did great for us. He was one of the leading tacklers last night.
That's fun coming off that edge, ain't it, Jordan?
Hey, forced 2 fumbles. Recovered both of them, didn't you?
Yes. Oh, nice. That's
forced
awesome.
Good for you.
Force and recover?
Yeah, that's big, and
You made sure to tell all your people thank you, right? Because you were running all over that place, but you had some. I bet you had some good blockers for you, didn't you?
It all starts up front.
Yeah.
It does.
That's
it does.
Right. It does. When you get all that NIL money coming in, you're going to share it with your linemen. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hand that mic over to Jordan. Let's let him talk about some of last night.
He got a.
Is his working? Is yours working?
Is yours working?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
yeah,
there we go. I didn't realize you
go.
had a headset on.
Yeah,
I can't see past the mountain that's sitting in front of me.
Well, I'm Jordan Grace. I'm a senior, and I play safety and linebacker. And what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Well, just whatever you want to talk about. Talk about last night.
Well, I feel like the whole team did exceptionally well last night, from my eyes. And I like how we stuck together. We didn't get discombobulated in any type of way, shape, or form. And I like how we just stayed humble. And even though, like, we had a good bit of obstacles that, like, blocked our path and stuff, we still overcame them and got the victory and stuff.
That's awesome.
I just like how we handled the whole game after the amount of losses we had.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
and that's a great point, because y'all could. Human nature sometimes dictates. It's like, really, I'm out here again practicing for whatever. But y'all obviously aren't doing that. Y'all are, sticking together tight.
Yeah, we're upbeat at practice. We, this one right here, he tries to hit every day. I'm like, dude, we got to
keep somebody healthy.
Day,
There's got to be at least 10, 11 of y'all out there at once.
At some point during practice, he's gonna be like, Coach, can we hit people yet? Jaden James.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that.
Calm down.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great mentality to have, absolutely. But in coach's defense, but also to that, it limits you.
Yeah,
it limits you as a team and what you can do and what you can work on when you're having to kind of just do a softer walkthrough versus lining up and smashing.
And you would, if we do, I mean, we have a nice balance. We hit pretty good in practice. We go shells Monday, full pass Tuesday, shells Wednesday, and we do really well mixing in the contact stuff. But we also get to do the walking through and doing it the right way, getting our head across, showing how we wrap up, showing how we take to the ground, how to fall and catch ourselves.
Yeah.
Like we were able to go through the whole process of the play, the tackle, and then we get to go live and we'll hit. So every practice is pretty much the same ordeal as everybody else. We'll have indie time, go to group, go to team. And then we'll go defensive indie, defensive group, defensive team. So these guys, they
Who else? Let's hear who else you brought with.
I was going to say, Coach, so let's get it, because we're running out of time, so let's get everybody else in.
My name is Alan Montoya, and I play H-back and linebacker. And I feel like we did a good job.
Sound like
Good.
My name is Jaden, and I play edge and running back. And I feel like everybody was flying around on defense, and they were blocking on offense, and they were doing what they were supposed to do last night. And I feel like everybody was just executing and just playing, doing their job and playing how they were supposed to play last night.
Awesome.
My name is Jetson Owens. I play linebacker. Last night, I feel like we were established on both sides of the ball. I feel like we came down and hit, and then on offense we ran the ball, and we did what we had to do to win the game.
And that's football right there, man. When you can line up and block and run and then, be able to stop them.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a stat. I'm going to give you a stat from last night. We threw the ball.
No.
Wow. No way.
And put that many points on the board.
Yep.
How many plays was it?
I have to go back and look. It was north of 50.
Wow, that's impressive.
We ran the ball every play.
I love
that's
that.
Awesome.
We didn't throw the ball.
That's smash mouth.
That's smash mouth football.
That's
love it.
We told the guys, we're going to line up and we're just going to play old school football.
Break their will.
Yeah. So,
And next week you've got Clements, is that right?
Clements at home.
Clements at home.
Good old Brick.
Old Brick.
Yep, Brick.
You know what? There'll be a lot of people from outside y'all's two communities.
Oh, yeah.
That game because of you and because of
Brick.
That's
right.
So, well, guys, man, we're super proud of y'all. Congratulations on last night. There's going to be more wins to come. Y'all just keep working hard. Follow what this man says. I know y'all love him and know he knows what he's doing, but just keep your head down and hit that grindstone hard, man. So, but thank all y'all for coming. We're rooting for the Rattlers, and we'll talk to you soon, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all having us.
All right.
Thank you.
Coach Matt Smith, along with a lot of his great players from last night's victory. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Joe Schrenk, head coach of Elkmont Red Devils. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the PAS Plus app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is former Tennessee and NFL punter Craig Colquitt, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC B10A. Todd the Talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. Leanne should be smarter. Carter and Gavin, the Goof Greenhall. Yeah, that's who they are.
He's made these names up. We are family. I don't know if you're aware of all this, but he's made these names up.
We'll break him in. We're now joined by the head football coach of the Elkmont Red Devils, Joe Schrenk. So, yeah, Coach, this is my nephew, Gavin. This is my sister, Leanne, and they're both Georgia fans. And,
who's older, you or her?
Oh, bam!
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
You're older.
I'm the oldest.
I'm the middle child.
See, my sister's the oldest, and then 4 times later was me, so I'm the baby. But
oh man,
my sister was my protector from my other.
I was not a protector.
No, he was not a protector.
From my 3 brothers that beat me up on the road.
Quick story: my next door neighbor. I don't even know how old we were, but it wasn't like we were 5. We were older. They gave me a whip, like in the circus. Oh my goodness! You talking about brutalization? Like go in there and clean my room. Yeah, go in there and clean my room. I'm not cleaning your room. Don't make me get the whip.
My daddy would have wrapped that rip around my neck.
Well, so
that's where it should have been.
Well, the rule was if mom and dad find out about this whip, I will find something else and use it. So I kept it concealed for a long time, but then finally I guess it came too much and my whip got confiscated. So,
I'm on your side.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Well, Coach, big win last night against Clements Colts. 0-0 at halftime, so obviously it was a whatever you want to call it, a defensive battle or an offensive struggle? I don't know. Wasn't there?
I think it's a little of both.
A little bit of both. Okay.
I told the boys at halftime, we seem to shoot ourselves in the foot on offense repeatedly. And we've been, we miss wide open guys. We miss a block. We do this, we do that. I told them I wanted to go in there and wear them out. the room didn't feel like that's what I needed to do. Maybe there's some wisdom in this 30 years of.
I'm sure it is.
But anyway, I told them it's like Novocaine, man. You go to the dentist and tell him, hey, it still hurts. Give me a little more. No, it still hurts. Give me a little more. I said, guys, if we just keep pounding, it's going to pop.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened in the third quarter. We were able to run the ball a little bit more effectively, and we had a couple explosive plays, and were able to score pretty quick. They had a turnover. We hit them back-to-back, and they covered the play well that we scored on the second pass, but, man, it was a perfect throw and a perfect route.
Wow, that's beautiful when it all comes together. Ain't it?
Yeah, it's about time.
No doubt. So, I mean, obviously, you shut them out. Yeah. I don't care. Obviously Clements is struggling this year, but regardless, I mean, a shutout.
That's a shutout. That's a big deal. Kept them out of the end zone.
Defense played very well. I was really proud of them. And, at halftime, I just told them, I said, guys, you keep doing what you're doing, and we're not going to lose. I promise you. Problem is, all of our guys that play offense or play defense, then they got to come over there and play offense, and then I'm yelling at them, telling them, we're not going to win if you don't start scoring.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to yell when they're crossing just, in front of you on occasion because they're on the field all night long.
And they get wore out, man.
I'm sure.
We got Cade Hawkins. He's an offensive, defensive lineman. He's on 2 or 3 spots. Dude don't ever come off the field.
Which is a player, right, Gavin? You want to be out there forever.
That's what I say. You're loving it.
You're loving it, but at some
eventually
point,
you're going to get gassed.
You're going to get gassed. I don't care what kind
of
shape you're in, who you are, what time of year it is. It can be winter and 30 degrees. Man,
it's
just, you're getting hit all night.
And
our
our
offense
offense is best when we tempo. I mean,
yeah?
When we go fast, that's when we're at our best. And
have you thought about doing that more like right out of the gate? or
we try to tempo all the time. But, we're like anybody. You got to get that first down so you can get rolling,
Yeah.
But, it'll be better next year. We got a lot of boys in the school that want to come out now, and I wouldn't let them come out when school started because they weren't with us this summer. But this next year, the numbers will be up.
That'll be good.
Better. And that's a great rule to have. I mean, it just is, if you put in the work all summer long, unless it's maybe an exception where a kid moved in or something, to be eligible, that's one thing. But,
I let middle schoolers come out late, and I'll let move-ins come back. But other than that, you got to be with us.
Yeah, I agree.
We worked out this summer, basketball, baseball, football, all worked out together every morning.
Yeah, Coach Story was telling me about that.
So, they had opportunity every day.
Yeah.
And and you got to be there to show that you're in it.
So we'll be excited in November when they come join us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So y'all got an off week next week.
We do.
Sheffield the week after.
Yeah.
They seem to be struggling.
They're pretty good, man.
Are they really? I just saw the record. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, but they've lost to Mars Hill.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Albert
See, I didn't even look to who they were playing.
No, not Albert County. They lost to Mars Hill and good people. Rogers.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Rogers is undefeated.
Yeah.
Rogers is good. I think Rogers.
Mars Hill, obviously, every year.
Rogers could be second in our region.
Yeah.
Wow. So have you had much time to even or have you even gotten that far yet to dissect what Sheffield may or may not do? Or do you already have a good idea? Or?
No, we hadn't looked at them a lot. I have looked at them a little. They're wing tee, and they do throw it more than a traditional wing tee, but I think they're 3-4 on defense. I'm just proud to see anything but a 3-3 stack. Lord have mercy. Everybody in our region runs wing tee, 3-3 stack.
Yep.
Like, y'all need to get in the modern age, man.
Well, I mean, do you think it's is it more of a coach, I'm setting my ways, or is it possibly this is what I've got to work with?
I think that's a lot of it at our level. Having an odd front means that's one less big lineman you got to have going both ways. I mean, we're a 3-4 front. For part of that reason, it's one less D lineman you got to have. And a lot of times in schools our size, you got a bunch of 160, 70, 80-pound linebacker safety types.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense to be in where you got 5 backers and 3 secondary or whatever. So I think some of it's necessity.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of people up here that still love the old wing tee stuff.
Yeah.
When I was down south, I didn't hardly.
You never saw it, did you?
Not a lot, not as much. But
and look who's winning the championships.
Well,
It's not the North.
I'm just going to tell you.
Exception,
I'm just going to tell you, football. You get below Birmingham, football's different.
It was different.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, we've always said that being from up here, but coaching down there.
Oh, I'm sure you saw it.
And of course, basketball's not real good down there either. So
right.
There's a little difference.
It's crazy too. I mean, you think one would be the same as the other, but it's not.
It ain't.
Sheffield won by 20 last night.
Yeah, they beat Colbert Heights.
Oh, okay.
Colbert Heights.
Yeah, and I knew that was going to happen, or I figured that would. Nothing against Colbert Heights. I just think Sheffield's pretty good.
Well, Colbert Heights also lost, I think, their best receiver against Clements.
Their running back.
Yeah, that's who it was, 26.
Yeah, we had many opportunities against Colbert Heights, and we missed 4 wide open touchdowns. Just missed them.
Yeah.
And but anyways.
Well, in the slow start, we were talking earlier about homecoming week and how all the distractions that can bring, and so sometimes that even that could have brought your slow start a little bit last night. And
well, I don't know. I didn't.
But there are no excuses.
I didn't feel like
no excuses.
We had a ton of distractions this week.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It just we just got to do better. We got to execute better. That's all it amounts to.
Well, Lynn brings up that good point. I mean, is it one of those things where, as a coach and, you've got all these different activities going on and y'all's community is so strong when it comes to that stuff, man. They eat it up. But y'all were able to kind of.
We had 63 entrants.
Listen, I was just about to say that, and I thought nobody's going to say that out loud. But
I never.
Lanita, you know Lanita? Okay, Lanita does my hair, and we were talking about it this morning.
Y'all, I've been doing this.
63 entries in a
30
parade.
30 years I've been doing this, and a bunch of them as a head coach, and I ain't never been in a parade that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
And people along.
That's what I'm saying, though, man. That community.
That's a big community.
We went from the elementary school all the way to the high school, and then all the way around, and
man.
Well, I was wondering where the parade route was.
Starts at the elementary school, and it comes all the way up.
Well, 63 entries is almost the front and the back almost met, the front and end. I mean,
Big, man. And people all along the route.
That's awesome.
Very
awesome.
Very
That's
cool.
got to make you feel good. Got to make the boys feel good.
Very cool. Yeah.
That is cool. Now, are y'all scheduled, that you know of, to be anybody's homecoming opponent?
We were Colbert Heights. Homecoming season's fixing to start. I wouldn't be surprised for Sheffield's. I mean, it's this time of the year now.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't know if you knew that going in. So
I usually don't.
Because I'd be wanting to tell the kids, they picked y'all. They picked y'all. I'm that way, though, Coach. You're a better man than me.
I don't know if I'm a better man.
You are.
I'd rather have them focused on
the game, what matters.
Those emotions, I told them last night, and I tell them every week, look, emotions are going to last about 3 minutes. So, last year at the end of the Clements game, they shot some fireworks at our stadium. A lot of people was upset. Mr. Adderholt handled that with class and grace.
He always does.
Because I wanted to shoot fireworks last night, and he wouldn't let me. But the bottom line is those emotions in a football game literally last about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's blocking and tackling.
Right. It's technique. It's what you're supposed to do.
You better have your ducks in a row and be ready to roll. So, hey, I want to tell y'all about the pink game that's coming up. So
please do.
On October 11th,
this is awesome.
We have our Kick Cancer game. And so this will be, I think, the 7th one I've done. We did them at Faultville, Hazel Green, Woodland, and here. And we've given $35,000 to St. Jude's.
Nice.
And so we do that with T-shirt sales, and we do that with silent auction. And so all that's cranking up here in the next, week.
Okay.
And so there'll be lots of pink.
And y'all got pink uniforms,
So
correct?
what the kids do is they buy a jersey, and on the back they put a loved one, either in honor of or in memory of. And so before the game, we'll have a little ceremony. It's kind of like senior night. They walk out with that person, a member of that family or something.
That's great.
It's really neat. And, then we wear pink in the game, and everything's pink that week. So
that's great.
And what's sad is about it was, obviously the event and all that's tremendous, but cancer's, like everybody's touched by it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you've probably never had a kid that everyone, I don't know anybody.
Right.
Because we all do.
Yeah.
Family member, friend, whatever.
Yeah. When did you say that is?
October 11th against Mars Hill.
Mars Hill. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That started when I was down at Faultville. There was a girl named Kaylee McClendon, and she had a terminal brain cancer. And we started that with her, and, man, it was just awesome. I got chill bumps thinking about her. My first year at Hazel Green, Coach Green from Bob Jones, his daughter had cancer. And so we honored her that night, the
Wow,
opposing
that's awesome.
coach's daughter.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's
We're
awesome.
still friends with them, and it's,
I'm sure.
you just build.
Because at the end of the day, it's more than football.
It's always
Yes, relationships.
football, man.
You know,
It's always more than football.
Well, now, who do you have here in a couple of weeks coming up?
So we're off this week. Then we
Yeah.
play Sheffield, and then we play Mars City.
Oh, that's right.
Sheffield
I don't know.
and Mars
My brain went somewhere.
you were doing
You
your
were doing your
producer
producer stuff over there.
Somebody asked me the other day, and I'm like, I ain't quite sure, but I think it's Sheffield. But I'm a big. Hey, the next one's the only one that matters.
That's right.
Got to go 1-0.
right.
Yeah.
1-0 every week.
That's right. Now, do you with the week off? I mean, is it just work as usual? Or do you give them a couple of days off? Or
So
how do you approach that?
I give the coaches both weekends off,
Nice.
which is awesome for them. And one of my coaches getting married, and
Oh, great.
so it'll be good. And then we'll practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I'll give them Thursday and Friday off. So I'm going to the beach. That'll be
Oh,
fun.
that's
Nice.
good. Good for you.
But,
That'd be a good break
well, that's
for
my
you.
wife's. She said, "You're going." I said, "Yes, ma'am." So,
Smart man. Smart
Ironically, tonight my wife is helping putting on the 40-year reunion for the Clements Colts,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and I'll be there.
Oh, they might not be
That's-
happy to
yeah,
see
that
you.
is ironic. Yeah,
I will
there'll be
probably
some
have-
unhappy
You won't
faces.
have that shirt on.
I
No,
will probably have on Alabama.
Oh,
go.
I
well.
might have on
Smart man.
I might have on Elkmont. I ain't sure.
Oh.
We'll see.
I would personally wear Elkmont.
I bet
That's the
your
person
wife.
I
bet
am.
your
Yeah.
wife's going to decide this.
True. Too.
You're
She'll
right.
have some input for sure.
Yeah.
You're probably
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I like all them guys, man. I've been. It's been fun getting to know some of those guys over Barry Kirk and
Oh,
LC
yeah.
Gill.
I grew up
Oh,
with Barry
yeah.
and
Oh,
LC.
yeah.
I love them guys. They're like my brothers. I love
Yeah.
them. Yep. Well, Coach, man, thanks for coming in. Congratulations on a big victory last night.
Thank you.
Enjoy the week off, your trip to the beach. Y'all be safe. And we'll have you back on soon. We'll talk about the victory over Sheffield.
Awesome. man.
There you go.
All
Looking
right.
forward to it.
Well, all right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have Jonathan Snider, coach of Ardmore Tigers. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Now that you've got that new place on the water, BP Riverworks can finish the picture with a boathouse, dock, or seawall. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097. Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Wreakin' Havoc Podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
Hi, this is Athens girls basketball coach Tiffany Tucker, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to WKC, the Big 1080 and Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd the Talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Leanne Should Be Smarter Carter is anxious to go watch my great nephew win his flag football game. So one Georgia fan down. Unfortunately, the other one's sticking around.
That's right.
Gavin, the Goof Greenhall. And we're joined on the phone by Jonathan Snider, head football coach of the Ardmore Tigers. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are y'all?
We're doing all right. Tough one last night against Russellville, 38-7. Russellville's always tough, especially over there. Sometimes you might not want to say it. I'll say it. you're playing sometimes more than the team. The officials tend to be whatever. I don't know if that was a factor at all, but I know you wouldn't say it if they were. But anyway, tough loss.
Yeah, it was. You don't take moral victories by any stretch of the imagination. Not in our business. You'll get ran out of town too quick for that. But I will say this about our kids. For the first time since I've been at Ardmore, we were not intimidated. We did not back down. From them, the score was not indicative of the game itself. It was 17-7 headed into the fourth quarter. They ended up scoring on about a 10-yard drive after a fumble, and we had 3 chances. First drive of the game, we had a chance we held the ball for about 8 minutes and drove it down and couldn't punch it in, and then we had another drive that stalled out inside the 20 and another one that stalled out inside the 30. So, our kids played their guts out. I mean, when you face a back like they have, the Finese kid, he potential SEC, not just Division I, but potential SEC back. Like, he's going to get his, and we knew it was going to be a tall task. But, man, I'm going to tell you, our kids, we asked them all week to lay their guts on the line, and they did. We had a bunch of kids that played a bunch of snaps both ways due to, injuries here and there and this, that, and the other. And, man, I don't accept the loss or never satisfied with anything but to that nature. But, man, I'm proud of our kids.
Yeah, Coach, that's all you can ask for is give everything they got. Did y'all turn the ball over any?
Yeah, we had a couple of fumbles. One of them gave them a short field. It was, I think at the time, 24-7, maybe 31-7, late about midway through the fourth quarter, I guess. And we fumbled and gave them a short field. We had a long pass. We ran a stop and go and got it down to about the 15 or 20. We were down 24-7 at the time, I believe, and looking to punch it in. And we tried to throw a little bubble, and we threw it behind the line of scrimmage, and guy hit us, so we didn't have anybody to come get it, so they got it and then took it down and scored. And all this that went on in the third quarter. So I mean, we had some opportunities, and hats off to Russellville. I mean, they're a good football team, but
right.
I'm really, really proud of our kids for it's so easy to get intimidated with the big stadium,
Absolutely.
Everything going on, but our kids didn't back down. They were not, and that was the first time that I had seen that since I'd been at Ardmore, that we just stepped inside the lines and just played them like it was anybody else. And, they fought and scratched and clawed and hung on for tackles. And we just didn't make enough plays. But, we're definitely a little bit more positive coming out of Russellville this time than we have in years past, for sure.
Well, it's great to have something positive to take away. I mean, even though it's a loss, I know there's no moral victories in that. But, to be able to at least have something that the kids can look at and go, okay, we did this right, we did that right, and that's something they can build on for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a few plays in every football game, but literally last night, it was 2 or 3 plays here or there where if we could have made it and them not make it, then we at least make them, shiver a little bit on their sideline,
right?
Make them a little bit nervous. And we were not able to. We got to find ways to do that moving forward. But, the last 2 weeks, I don't believe that either score versus Fairview or Russellville, the score was indicative of the game itself. And I feel like that those are things that we can build on. Now, we've still got a lot of things to correct if we want to get to where we want to go. But I feel like there's a lot of things that we can build on over the last 2 weeks against 2 football teams in the past. Like, let's be honest, when Ardmore's played Fairview the last couple of years, or when we played Russellville, it's been, the big and mighty, and we're sort of like, oh, let's just hope we don't get killed.
Yeah.
Whereas this year it's a little bit different. So I feel like we can build on some things coming out of the last 2 weeks leading into the second half of the season.
Yeah, and you touched on it earlier. I mean, for those that may have not ever been to a high school football game in Russellville,
it's different.
It's different.
It's
different. And it is big, and it's those crowds are loud and rowdy, and they root hard, and so just to be able to get off the bus and walk in there and not feel, some sort of intimidation.
It's a tough place to win.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
firsthand.
It is. Well, I mean, you pull into the visitors, locker room, and there's a big 18-wheeler sitting in front, where your kids have to walk out and see it. It's got all sports, state championships and everything else on it. I mean,
and by design,
exactly. You talk to people that had been at Russell and left, and they don't really see it when they're there, but then when they leave Russell, you're like, it is pretty intimidating for a 15, 16-year-old kid to roll up in that type of stadium and atmosphere, and then add the tradition of Russellville and the good players and the coaching that they have. That just adds to it, but man, I'm going to tell you, you can ask anybody that was there. Like, I mean, our kids fought their guts out, and we stood toe to toe with them, and I'm extremely proud of our guys, and looking forward to getting going again this week.
Well, who have you got this week?
We've got Madison County this week. It's homecoming, so we're looking forward to getting back home and getting out of non-region for a week, and then getting ourselves ready for the second half of the season.
They took one on the chin last night. Pretty rough.
Yeah, Coach Hancock. He's a new coach. He's not new to the area. He's been around for a long time, and he took that job back in January, and they had a rough couple of years, last couple of years, and he's in the rebuilding phase. However, I haven't put a lot of eyes on their film yet, but I do know what can happen at Madison County. You get, you take them lightly because of a record or because of what happened in previous weeks, and they're going to have enough players because of their tradition over there to beat you. So, we can't take moral victories from, we played okay versus Russellville and expect that's going to get us wins moving forward. So we've got to continue to improve in order for us to reach our goals.
Coach, you were talking about that back from Russell. What class is he?
He's a junior.
Okay.
Now, I'm telling you, he's an unbelievable high school tailback. I think he's a college player, high-level college player.
What's his name again?
Cameron Finese.
Cameron Finese. Okay.
We'll have to remember that.
Yes. I mean, he's number 0, and they give it to him as many times as they need to give it to him, and he will run over you, jump cut you, and run by you all in the same run.
Wow.
So,
and they've always had good backs. They've had good backs.
Oh, absolutely. For forever. And I mean, he is a really, really good football player. Like, sometimes you get yourself just sitting back watching him just work because, there's some things he does, of course, in high school that he won't be able to get away with in college. Right. However, his explosiveness, his speed, his vision, all those attributes, like he's as good as I've seen in a long time.
Well, and so very well, you won't see anybody to that level rest of the year. I wouldn't think.
No, gosh, I hope not.
I hope not.
If we do, somebody's done pull one over on us. I'm telling you.
No doubt. Well, Coach, man, thanks a lot for joining us. We'll be rooting for you next week against Madison County. And like you said, you did bring up a great point about the whole. I know they're 1-4, but they can't look at that. No, they got to like they're 4-1, and
that's exactly
expect
right.
their best. So
hey, Georgia and Kentucky last week.
That's right. So
that's right.
That's why you play the game. But we'll be rooting for you, man.
Exactly right.
Have a great week of practice, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you,
All right, thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too, buddy. That was Coach Jonathan Snider, head football coach of the Ardmore Tigers. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the PAS Plus app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, First, to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations. First, to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events. And most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together. That's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
Right now on a podcast platform near you, The Wingmen.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Join us live every week this football season as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens Jets sports. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
On your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app, on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus, and online at jcwingmen.net.
Hi, this is Sherman Williams, former running back for the University of Alabama and the Dallas Cowboys. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Talent, Tom Merlin, alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert, Gavin the Goof, Georgia fan Greenhall, and now we're joined by head coach of the West Limestone Wildcats, Shelby Davis. Coach, I'd ask you how you're doing, but I mean, I'm quite sure you're not doing as well as you'd want to be after last night, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Disappointed in the loss, but, man, we're blessed. We're still healthy, and our feelings are hurt a little bit. I saw just a lot of frustration and some anger last night, which is good. That means they care. But,
means they care.
Yep. we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, if we quit shooting ourselves in the foot, we might be undefeated right now. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, the two that you've lost, you've been in them. I mean, the game. So, last night, typically y'all, the 7 points, that surprised me. Was it Central's defense playing that well? Was it more y'all just, like you said, shooting yourselves in the foot? What kept you out of the end zone?
No, just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We penalties and, missed assignments and not executing and, not taking advantage of opportunities when we get them. We had the ball down there inside the 23 times and didn't come away with any points. So, we got to finish drives. And, I don't feel like it's play calling. That's just execution.
Yeah.
Taking the things that we worked on all week and practice and going and doing them. Nobody's beat us yet, man. We've shot ourselves in the foot. And, it's these big games, the games that, nobody gives us a chance to win. And, I don't know if the moment's too big for us or what, but, I told the guys last night, this shouldn't be a confidence thing, maybe against West Morgan, but, we proved we could beat anybody, that night. And so it shouldn't be a lack of confidence. And it's not a lack of talent. It's not a lack of, ability. It's just, it's mental. It's between our ears, and so we got to get it fixed.
Do you feel like it's a lack of concentration and focus? I know it's not effort, because I know any team you coach is going to give effort, but is it just a mental lapse there where, like you said, a missed assignment here or there, and they're just not focusing enough to do what they're supposed to do, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to put my finger on it all night, even while I was laying in bed, but it's just I just think maybe we're getting anxious, maybe we're getting nervous. I don't know, but it's just we got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot. We blow our right toe off, and we'll get rolling, get it, fixed, and then we blow our left toe off. So we just, I don't know what it is. We gotta get it figured out pretty quick. The good news is I expressed my frustration and anger, last night, but just because it's not a, I told them I've had to stand in front of teams before and convince them that they could go beat somebody they got no business beating. But I don't have to do that with this team. We have the talent in the room. We have the ability. It's just about going out there and doing the things that we worked on all week. And, it's frustrating when you see things, man, you guys did this all week in practice, and then we go out there on Friday and we don't do it. So
it's got to be frustrating as a coach.
And there's a lot of distractions last week too.
Well, look, it is what it is. I know it's East homecoming this week, but it is what it is. It's I tell our guys, homecoming's for everybody else. When you graduate and you come back, then it's for you. But it for you. Like, you're going to remember what happens on the field in the game. You're not going to remember who the homecoming queen or queen was, or who the dress up day. All that stuff is that's for everybody else.
That's right.
What's for you is getting yourself ready and going and playing in the game.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say that, but that is exactly correct. It's for everybody else.
That's exactly what Coach Creasy told us when I played at Athens. Yeah.
It's your job is to work and practice, do what you're supposed to do, execute plays given to you, and focus on that, and the other stuff's just noise you got to keep over to the side. And like you said, after you graduate, you can come back and enjoy those festivities if you want. But so you mentioned East Limestone; it's their homecoming next week, and we had Coach Johnson on earlier. I don't think he was too thrilled with that pick. Obviously, he didn't pick it, but East is struggling, especially defensively. They're 0-4, and is it going to be? Is it hard sometimes to get, kids want to look at the other opponent's record and go, man, they're 0-4. We got this. Do you think that could be an issue, or hopefully not?
No, it better not. It's East versus West. You better throw the records out the window.
That's right.
We take a lot of pride in these county games. I texted the team this morning and said, look, you got to wipe it. You got a chance to go out here and, our seniors had never lost to East. So, I don't think they want to go out with, their senior year losing to them. And, it is what it is. We got to get ready and we got to go. But the focus will be on us. We got to clean us up.
Yeah.
We're nobody else is beating us. We're just, we're beating ourselves. And so we got to get that, cleaned up and fixed this week.
Yeah. And another thing is, too, it being East homecoming, who wouldn't want to ruin their opponent's homecoming? As a player, I know I did. I would assume that's the way across the board. Maybe not so much for the coaches. I know y'all aren't looking at that mess, but as a player, it'd be like, man, you picked us? A
little disrespectful.
No, we're not going to have it.
No, we'll use it to our advantage for sure. But like I said, we gotta get better. We gotta go out and just execute. And like I told them, it's just playing football. It don't matter who you're playing.
Right.
Just go out there and play and do the things you're capable of doing.
I was thinking about this earlier today. When it comes to scheduling your schedule, your region games are pretty much the same week. 1 week, 1 year to the next, and just kind of flip-flopped as far as the location. So, but then coaches will talk about, well, we schedule these teams to get us ready for region play. So, is your region, or I guess your region games are scheduled first, and then you just kind of fill in the blanks from there?
Yeah, so every 2 years they do the reclassification. That's based on the ADM, the average day of attendance for the first 20 days after Labor Day. And so then you're put into regions, and, it was crazy this year. We had an 8-team region, and then we had a 9-team region, and and a lot of people, I'll say that most people across the state already have those 9 region games built in as, their rival games or whatever.
Yeah.
And that changes if a rival team comes into your region, or, goes out. But, for the most part, ours is always going to be set. We're going to play, these games, which is good. But, some other teams, basically, these, especially the bigger schools, they have those options to go out and schedule, so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so to try to help them get ready for, somebody they may see in the region. But we just really don't have that option.
Okay.
That's a good question. I've never thought about
it. Well, I heard a coach on the way in talking about, we scheduled this team to get us ready for the rest of our schedule. And so I thought, well, I just want to have how that works, because I knew that, every 2 year deal and all that. But I figured that's kind of the way it was, where you just. But now you guys used to play. Let's see. You used to play Ardmore like the last game of the season, and it's kind of gotten flip-flop, or at least over the maybe last 2 or 3 years. So
yeah, that's the last couple of years. We did that. If both teams are out of the playoffs, there's just a whole lot more excitement, and on the front end of the season than there is on the back end of the season. As far as fans, and so when you play a big county rival like Ardmore, right out the gate, it's going to be a big money gate for you. So a lot of times it's a financial decision or whatever. The last 2 years, we've played each other, us and Ardmore, and it's been huge gates, but man, you knock the crap out of each other, and right off the bat, you get some guys hurt and banged up right off the bat because it's, such a war, but it's just, there's a lot that goes into it, but at the end of the day, you just, you got to go play your schedule.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's true. Line them up and knock them down.
I'm just kind of curious about how that worked, so.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. I think, Tim, you're going to ask for some seniors?
Yeah, let's see if we can get us a senior spotlight this week.
Yeah, let me go with, have I done Ben Malley yet?
No.
All right, Ben Malley, he's one of our wide-out seniors this year. He just, he's kind of been a guy in the off to the side, just quietly working and, getting himself ready. One of those guys that, hadn't played a whole lot up until this year. And, man, this summer, he was probably our best wide-out. And, he's quiet and he's humble and he just goes over there and does what he's supposed to. And, I really, bragged on him this summer. We were going to 7-on-7s, and man, he was just running routes, catching balls, and wasn't saying nothing to nobody, wasn't whining, wasn't complaining. And so, he's just a good kid that's, worked hard the last, 3 or 4 years, and hadn't always been easy for him. But, he's done a great job just keeping himself in a good situation. Now he's taking advantage of it. I think he's probably our second leading receiver behind Dawson. And, man, he's we've had some guys, some coaches come back that hadn't been here the last few years, and they come back, man, they're really impressed with how far he's come.
Well, good deal. Well, Coach, man, typically I would say, hey, I do want you to have a great week of practice, and typically I'd say I'd be rooting for you, but being that you're a graduate, I guess I can't go that far this time, but I hope it's a great game. It always is. East West is a battle, so, good luck to y'all, and have a great week of practice, and appreciate you joining us, and we'll have you on again soon and talk some more football.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good Saturday. All
right, man. You too, Coach. That was Coach Shelby Davis, head football coach of the West Limestone Wildcats. We're going to take a quick break. When we do, we'll be joined by Pugh, head coach of the Clements Colts. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
If you have a question, comment, or idea for Tailgate Talk, you can email it to tailgatetalk@hotmail.com. Remember, you can always call or text us during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be right back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, the Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Second 11 from the 31. 2 receivers right, 3 left. Back to throw. He throws across the middle. Touchdown!
Join us this football season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is East Limestone girls basketball coach Jessica Thompson, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Talent Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert, Gavin the Goof Greenhall, Georgia fan, and head coach of the Clements coach, Brick Pugh. So we need to preface this a little bit. Coach Pugh and Gavin are lifelong best friends. They grew up together. Brick understands that something went wrong with Gavin. So I blame it on the fact that I tell, that when Gavin was little, I was trying to line him up for three-point stance. He's only 6 months old, and then I realized that's why he kept on falling and hitting his head.
Yeah,
so maybe that's why he ventured off, Coach. I don't know. Lynn was on here earlier.
Yeah.
And, thank goodness she had to go to Hampton's football game, so I got rid of one Georgia fan, but I always say God bless them, right? Bless their hearts.
That's right.
It's pitiful.
Could not have a better nickname than the Goof.
Absolutely. I mean, that covers it all.
It does.
Besides the fact he's a Georgia fan. Hey. It's not the fact we don't love you.
Oh, I know.
But you're a goof.
That's fine. I'll totally accept it.
So, what year was the Georgia blackout before we get into Clements football?
08.
08. So you'd have been I know you're not good at math.
I was in 7th grade.
Okay. So, hey, Gav, you want to come over and watch an Alabama-Georgia game? Yeah, Uncle Todd. I brutalized him. He would have probably rather me had punched him in the head. I was verbally destroying this 7th grader in our living. And he's like, I'm going to go. I'm like, you're not going nowhere, son, till this game's over. Oh, it was such – and now he won't even watch an Alabama-Georgia game with me no more, Coach. So, yeah, So, anyway. Well, let's get into last night's game. Obviously – 0-0 at halftime. Once again, we're like talking off air. You're in the game. You're in every game at halftime, even against a 5A Ardmore. Yep. You're in the game. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you got a bunch of kids playing both ways, and that doesn't help anything. But just talk to us a little bit about it.
Well, that's the kids playing both ways. That's not an excuse anymore. Especially Elkmont had their whole team's playing both ways.
Yeah.
Our whole team's playing both ways. So. We just got to get better at coming out in the second half. And our defense is playing unbelievable. We're putting them in terrible positions all night. Field position's terrible. We didn't have, some good punts there, and it got them some good field position. And they did have some good punts, and it got us backed up for the majority of the first half, except for one time. We got on their side of the field from a muffed punt that they had, and they had to run it.
Okay.
And we got down there on about the 15-yard line, and couldn't score, and I went to kick a field goal, and about 20 seconds left, and we missed it. backup kicker. My starting kicker had the flu.
I was going to say, off air was talking about you had several players sick, so that certainly doesn't help the situation.
But, not an excuse. We come out, get the ball in the second half, and just 3 and out. They stuffed us. Coach Schrenk had a great game plan for the second half. Went back and forth on stops, both sides of the ball. They get the ball late in the third quarter. I think it was 2 minutes left maybe, and drive down, good pass play. And they actually got to the 3.
He mentioned that play.
He did. Got a false start, backed him up, and then they ran the quarterback out of the backfield, and he made a good run. They scored there and then got the 2-point conversion. And we run the kickoff back to across the 50-yard line and got it going there and shot ourselves in the foot again, 4th and 3. I called a little rollout pass and threw it over his head, wide open. Just threw it, just a bad throw.
It's frustrating.
Just a bad throw.
I realize y'all in a position where y'all can't really throw the ball. We talked about that off air and how, basically when the other team knows that and they can put 10 in the box, what are you going to do?
Yeah. He's doing a good job.
Yeah,
he is.
It's just
I'm not saying
it happens. Bad throw,
happens.
And they get the ball back right there, and they run a little fox route, fake the screen, and go up the sideline. And the quarterback could not have thrown a more perfect.
That was the pass.
I mean, that was the thing. We had good coverage, and he threw a dot.
He said it was perfect.
It was perfect. And then they run the same exact play. They ran on the 2-point conversion the first time, the second time, and the quarterback threw it this time, and they got it again, so it went up 16-0. I called a little jet sweep pass, so we handed it to my wing back, and he threw a pass downfield, and it was a pretty good gain, and we got ran down right there, about across the 50. So, and then once again right there we stalled out and just couldn't finish. That's been our biggest problem.
That's kind of been this year.
Not being able to finish in the second half.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier, I've called some of your games, and the defense has been.
They've been
unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean they play extremely hard.
Yeah.
And get after the ball.
Coach Green's doing a great job scheming people up. And, I hate it that we're putting them in terrible – every single game we're putting them in such a bad position.
Yeah.
Where they're on the – backed up,
in
the other team's territory. And,
but, man, they're doing a great job.
They're doing
they really
are.
I mean,
16 points last night from where they had the football is a great job.
Yeah. So, and that's obviously those are positives you can take and move forward. But until y'all are able to find a way to put some points on the board, it's going to be a
tough to
struggle.
Win a football game.
Yep.
But like I told you, from week 1 at West to now.
Oh, much improvement.
Yeah, crazy improvement.
You can, when just a typical fan, and this is a huge compliment, Coach. Can see that progress.
Yeah.
For those that have been to your games.
Yeah.
You just know everything's coming together. And your first year head coach, your staff's young, the kids are young. So the future's bright. I know that doesn't help today.
Yeah.
But but I think the kids can probably see it too.
Yeah, and I've really been hard on my offensive line this year, and they did a great job last night. It's hard to block when they got 2 or 3 more in the box than you got.
Yeah, it's a numbers game at that point.
But they did a good job last night. That's probably that was their best game of the year so far.
Yeah, that's great.
Line wise.
Next week, y'all.
We play Tanner.
Tanner, that's right. They're coming off a big victory.
Yeah, they are.
Putting 47 up on Bell Green. That's I'm not
big.
gonna lie.
I was not expecting that.
Coach Smith, I said earlier, he came in and brought in some of his players, and so it's gonna be a good game. It's there.
Yeah.
You don't have how many? Do you?
We got one more.
Wow.
Against Sheffield.
Yeah. So y'all, the schedule wasn't very kind to you either.
No.
4 home games, right?
Yep,
all
that's
year.
It.
It's crazy.
How did that?
Well, so we had Waterloo. Week
and they
10,
canceled,
and
right?
they canceled.
Right.
Yeah. My first day on the job, actually.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember
Coach Smith picked y'all up, didn't he? For this game,
no, I had
dreaming that.
Coach Smith, Coach Davis.
Yeah.
Helped us out, and him and Ardmore swapped. And
okay, so that's how it came about. But so obviously they're going to be coming off that rush of a victory and confident.
Mm-hmm.
So
should be.
It should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
We interviewed some of their kids, and you smiles on their faces and all that. But if y'all can pull it all together, y'all can knock them smiles off them faces as easily.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for Matt though getting his first win. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a great dude, one of my good friends. So I'm happy for him getting that win.
He's a good dude. He is. Have you seen much of them at all?
I have not.
Yeah.
Not today.
East coach earlier.
Coach Johnson.
Yeah, Coach Johnson brought up that y'all can't meet on Sundays.
Nope.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
When did this come into effect?
I think about.
And he said it was just county.
Yeah, just county. Everybody else can.
Yeah, because I think Coach Gross does it every Sunday. Has for years.
Coach Gross does Saturday.
Oh, is it Saturday?
But
okay.
He don't do that anymore.
Oh, really?
We didn't do that
Okay.
when I was there.
Oh, okay.
The players didn't come up there. We did it in the, either in the morning or before practice.
Okay. So can y'all even meet as a staff?
Yeah, we can meet as a staff.
But you can't bring players.
Kids can't come up there, which is
that's
crazy, man.
That makes no
that's
sense.
a perfect opportunity. Even if you go to Sunday morning and evening services, and most churches around here don't even have Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, you come at 2:00 and
you
watch film.
Done by 3:30.
Watch film as a team.
The latest.
And
break it down by position.
It's such a learning opportunity and time.
Yeah.
Where you can just
makes
breathe.
Monday longer than it has.
It does.
And I don't know about you, but like, I don't know if the kids are just going home and watching the film. You know, like they're supposed to, or they're not getting a breakdown like they should.
Well, and they're probably more focused on themselves and not the team.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
it just takes away from Monday. Watching.
Yeah, because y'all can hit the field running. Instead, you're having to cover a lot of stuff that you could have already covered the day before. Yeah, we didn't know that until Coach told us.
If you could make a video game out of it, then
well, they do that all day.
Yeah,
for sure.
Just can't get them up. I don't know why they made that rule, but I'm trying to keep my mouth shut.
That's weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
I wonder if that was a superintendent, a board.
Had to be.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh? And I get it to a small degree, but it's a real small one.
Yeah,
for sure. What about injury-wise? Did anybody get banged
We're good.
up? Yeah.
We're
okay.
good.
Well, that's
a
good.
lot of sick players, but other than that,
well, hopefully they can get some hydration in them and shot in the rear end or whatever it takes to get to feeling better, because you're going to have them all ready to go come Saturday. Well, since we got a little bit of time, and we are Alabama fans and sitting across from the Georgia guy, how bad is that beatdown going to be?
We finally got them outnumbered.
Yeah, we got them outnumbered.
he's been saying for about 4 months
since
now.
May. I've been talking crap.
Georgia's
going
to win by 17-21.
Yeah, oh yeah.
3 scores. Yeah. It's going down.
He's just going to be upset.
It's going to be upset.
It's just going to not be good.
That's fine. And I did say that potentially we could play them 3 times, ACC championship and then the playoffs. And if I had to obviously pick a loss, this would be the one.
100%.
But at the same time, beating a Georgia team 3 times, wow.
Clint just texted me and said Sunday's not my idea.
Coach Lee. I'm sure he didn't vote for it.
Yeah,
without a doubt. But we were talking about that blackout game earlier. Gavin, you may have that same. It may be that same.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Georgia plays like they did against Kentucky and we play like we did against USF, it's going to be
just going to be a terrible
show.
football game.
Nobody's going to watch.
Nobody's going to. Yeah, people could watch the
turn
third
it off.
quarter. Tickets right now are going just out the roof.
You can't afford
crazy. And what doesn't make sense to me about that situation is, like you said, we could potentially play 2 more times.
Yeah.
In a bigger game.
In a much bigger game.
So what are those tickets going to go for?
Oh,
1,000 at least.
Minimum.
But these are going for what, $560?
The cheapest I saw.
Now.
Yeah, I was going to say cheapest I saw the other day was like $680.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's crazy, dude.
And did y'all see where I think it's Tennessee? They're doing a tax on their season tickets for NIL
for
money.
talent fee.
Everybody's going to start doing that.
They sure are.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's
thanks a lot, Tennessee, for opening that.
Another thing they stink at.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
like their expansion they had years ago. All they did was, it was already a tight fit, and all they did was move the numbers in.
Yeah.
So big butts like mine, you're sitting. I'm 5'5". Of course, I'm as wide as I am tall, and you're sitting there, I just cramped up in a seat, and I'm like, expansion my rear.
Yeah.
Add on. Don't be just moving numbers in on bleachers.
Yeah.
For goodness sake.
Expansion means getting bigger.
Exactly. Not shrinking to squeeze more people.
Florida is putting it on Mississippi State right now.
Are they playing that backup quarterback or?
No, Mertz is playing.
Yeah, I told Gavin, I don't know who should be more embarrassed, Mississippi State being an underdog at home or Florida not being a bigger favorite than what they are. It's only like, what did I say?
They were
6.5.
6.5 going into the game, but it dropped to 4.5 this morning.
Yeah, so that's embarrassing. Auburn's got Arkansas today. What do you think about that game?
I hope they lose by 90.
Who do you think's going to win?
I really do think Arkansas is going to beat them. I know they had a tough game against, was it UAB? last week.
Yeah.
I mean, at home, but I'm never going to say Auburn's going to win. So hope they lose every game.
I agree.
Then I tell you what, it's man, Freaks loses this game today.
Oh, there's going to be some.
There's going to be some rumbling.
It ain't going to be freezing no more. That's
the show won't be freezing.
I don't think it ever got up to freezing.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy. But yeah, I mean, going back to the Georgia game, I said earlier, Pat McAfee show's going to be there that Friday. ACC Nation game day's both going to be there.
Yeah. And you got Donald.
And Donald Trump's coming to the game.
Packed house. Man.
And,
it's going to take people 2.5 hours to get in the state.
Oh yeah, if you want to get, you better start because you're going to get patted down and go through scanners and everything else.
I mean, you better be in line at
I think
3,
it was
4 o'clock.
He came to the LSU game, and I was
2019.
And it took us all of 45 minutes to get in the coaches section too now.
Right. So that's a quicker line.
The quicker line to get. You got to go through the metal detectors, then you got to go to the line. It just takes forever.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So the main gates will be just.
It'll be
it'll be
awful.
Yeah. So if you are listening, you are going. Yeah, like Gavin said, you better get in line about 2 hours early if you want to be able to get in your seat by kickoff.
Yeah. So this will be his.
It's going to be a great atmosphere.
This will be his second Alabama-Georgia game.
Yep. Well, Coach, man, thanks for joining us. I know it's hard coming on each week, but listen, you got them going in the right direction. We're proud of you. I know Gavin's proud of you. I know certainly your dad is, Coach Jeff Pugh, and we're rooting for you, man.
Yes, sir.
We really are. So we'll be talking to you again soon. Thanks for joining us, man. Gavin, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Lynn, if you're listening, Lynn's nickname was Lynn Should Be Smarter Carter, but she's not. And so, you get what you get when you come on here. But for Todd the Talent Tomberlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Gavin the Goof Greenhall, and Coach Brick Pugh, Roll Tide. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.